Hi there, everybody. Gwen Jones here, and welcome to this week's video cast of the Action to Impact podcast. I'm so happy you've joined us because this week we're talking about the world of football. You know, not the kind with the linebackers or the quarterbacks, but this kind of football. The football that's played all over the world. In fact, football is the most played sport in the world. So what better arena to bring in play, to bring in joy, and to bring in the way that soccer can make the world, or wait a minute, football, a better place. How could football make the world a better place? Well, I have two friends, my friend Ron and my friend Marcos. And even though we'd love to spend the whole day talking about football, we're also going to talk about the good of football. And they have an organization that they've started that is super cool because it's bringing together the joy of football, soccer, and the love of kids and helping them start bigger and better and wonderful lives. Sound pretty cool, right? Well, sit back and enjoy this video version of a fabulous conversation with my friends Ron and Marcos as we're talking about football as a way to bring stability, joy, wonder, and happiness right around the corner and around the world. And as always, thank you for joining me. Welcome back to the show, everybody. The video show, the podcast show. I know we're now on multi-platform. So thank you guys for putting up with me until I got my act together on that one. But welcome. As you see by your screen, I got multiple guys on the screen today. It's very cool. I have Ron show and Mel. Yeah, see, I did it. And it says he's from San Diego. That's if you guys are all looking at that, that's my top left-hand corner. If you're listening to that, hey, I butchered his name, but you guys are getting used to that. And then I have Marcos Nava, who's also joining me. And these gentlemen, one brand new, that would be Marcos. And the other one, Ron, I met years ago in Houston, and I finally have gotten him on the show. And the main reason is soccer or football for all you people who are out of North America that like to call it football. Even though soccer, got to put this in, gentlemen, is a British thing. Y'all invented that word, soccer, Brits, but they don't like it. But we like it. Soccer and football is a huge part of my life. And Ron, who is proud member of Rotary, and Marcos, who has redrunk the Kool-Aid and is back into the Rotary world again with us. We're going to talk about soccer, but more specifically, because the podcast is Action to Impact, we're going to talk about how Ron and Marcos have actually taken soccer and turned it not only into the world's greatest game, but a way to make impact in the world in one of many ways. So Ron, Marcos, welcome to the show. It's great to finally have you, Ron, and great to meet you, Marcos.
Thank you, Gwen.
So who wants to take the lead? Because let's hit right off the bat by telling the world, what is harmony through soccer? I mean, the three of us know harmony through soccer like every other day when we're watching a match, but I don't think that's exactly what this harmony through soccer is all about.
It's really, I would say there's two ways to phrase it. One is soccer plus.
Okay.
And the other is peace building through soccer. What we've done for the last 2 years in Cabo San Lucas, where our club president is for the Rotary E-Club of One World, we have done a program where we bring kids in from the local community in Cabo San Lucas. They meet with a professional soccer team. They do a skills clinic so that they learn the FIFA, is it FIFA or FIFA?
FIFA.
FIFA. FIFA rules for soccer playing. They learn how to do all that kind of stuff on a soccer pitch. And then a local charity that does social emotional learning, good citizenship stuff, teaches the families, the parents and their brothers and sister peace building. So it's anti-gangs, anti-bullying, uh, good citizenship stuff there in their Cabo San Lucas community to build that up within their area. And this is not new.
I was going to say when before we went on, Marcos, you were saying that this is goes back all the way to 1994.
Yes, when back in 1994, Ron and I worked together at the Boy Scouts, and I was assigned to work in a community that was predominantly Hispanic. And
Okay.
so there, scouting was not really attuned, not really connecting to the community in both ways. And I thought, well, we've been to XYZ elementary school 5 times. So if we go another time, the sixth time, we're going to get the same results.
It's not six times a charm. No.
Right.
Okay.
So I thought, why don't we try soccer? We know, as a Mexicano, I know that soccer is accepted 99.9% in a home. And they know, and we know how to play it, or we think we know how to play it.
Yes.
And we started promoting a school night saying, come and learn Boy Scouts along with soccer.
Okay.
It took off. All of a sudden, we started getting 15, 20 families to come and find out what is it that we were talking about. So soon, we got the families on the field. We were promoting the values of scouting, being a good citizenship, doing your best, being kind to people, and playing soccer. And it took off. And from there on, we took it not only in Orange County. I was able to take it all up and down the West Coast in the United States, and then later on through the national office.
So, Ron, Marcos said something that was very interesting, that he used the words that he was allowed to bring soccer into people's homes. And I find that very interesting because, if blessings to the Seventh-day Adventists that try and knock on my door all the time and want to come in and tell me all about everything. So religion is usually not the easiest way to get through a front door. Rotary, although trusted, and Boy Scouts, which has gotten a much, much better, beautiful reputation over the last couple of years, they're not always what people think of. Was soccer really this unknown entryway? Is it really this universal entryway?
Yeah, I've been talking to some folks. Ours is a club that reaches out to 6 continents, and we have 4 members in Africa. And I've been talking to some folks in Kenya and Uganda and Ghana and Nigeria, and soccer is part and parcel of their life there in those areas. Oscar, my friend in Kenya, has a refugee camp where he's working with kids and families in Kenya, and uh, they're using soccer and they're excited about being able to put in a peace building element to that soccer program. My friend David in Uganda has already started doing that in Uganda. And when I show my PowerPoint later on, I'll share the slides. They're playing soccer in Uganda with plastic bags wrapped up in banana leaves, because they don't have money for a soccer ball. And but they're teaching that within their schools there in Uganda. So it's a ready-made entryway to open the doors for us in Rotary to build peace in kids.
So, Marcos, you mentioned that you teach these kids good stewardship, and you come from a Boy Scout background where I do believe was 5 principals. I was a Girl Scout, so I think it it was, I still remember on my honor, I will try to do my best for, I believe it was God and my country and always obey the Girl Scout laws or something to that. I'm going to be 60. So it's been a while since I've had my 3 fingers up to do that. But it, it would you say that you used Rotary and or the Boy Scouts as kind of like the fundamental model, and then we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of like the sugar cube for polio is soccer, and then all of a sudden you've got soccer that it's easy to get these principles in? Soccer,
Well,
easy gateway?
My approach was to promote a new program. In this case, was the Boy Scouts, and entice them to come and participate in something that they knew very well, that they felt comfortable doing, that it was easy to do. It doesn't take much to play soccer. Open field, a ball, and that's it. And then later on, you can add more things to it. But it was just making sure that they felt comfortable with something that they can show their kids that they can participate with them and they would be able to support them on this activity. Because if we were going in and say, hey, come and do the Boy Scouts and we're going to go camping and we're going to do this and that and the advancements, and it was like, what? But when we said, hey, come and do this, soccer, we're going to play and this and that. And then afterwards, we're going to learn about the Boy Scouts. And this is what we're going to learn today. And then this is what we're going to learn the next week, and so on and so forth. People were more willing to participate and be part of.
So then, Ron, you've decided to take Marcos's the basic formula way back in 1994, and you're using it now instead of Boy Scouts per se. You're using it as a peace building process. Is that an easy way to say it?
Exactamente. So in Cabo San Lucas with our president, Mimi Romero Guzman, she's been doing it for the last 2 years, has had about 200 children and their families go through the program. And I would say soccer is the sugar and peace building is the spice. So the families accept the soccer program because it's something they know, they love, they understand. The kids are dying to enhance their soccer skills. They love the fact that they get to meet with the professional soccer team in Cabo San Lucas. And then the charity there in Cabo San Lucas adds the spice to the program by talking about anti-bullying, anti-gangs, good citizenship. In the Scouts, we would say trustworthy, loyal, hopeful, friendly, yada, yada, yada. But
Right.
in Rotary, we're talking about those elements to peace building, to literacy and education, to the many of the areas, at least 4 of the areas of focus in Rotary Strategic Plan. The great thing about this program, as I was getting ready to be president of our club, is that it's easy to replicate anywhere in the world because now anywhere in the world has soccer or football,
Right.
and anywhere in the world has Rotary. And Rotary wants to touch the lives of children and families and build peace in the local community. And so we can take it to a meeting on Friday with the folks in Santa Clara um, to do a program, hopefully with the earthquakes up there. I want to do the program here in San Jose and San Diego with the local ladies soccer team, the Wave.
The wave. Yeah.
And I want to use, I think, the University of San Diego, which has a Peace Institute, to bring in the peace building element. And so it just seems like, well, why not? It just it's just so simple to make it happen.
Do you think there's fundamentals in how to play soccer, and is there a through line, I should say, between soccer and Rotary? Is there things that you need to be a better soccer player and therefore to be a better Rotarian and or a better Boy Scout, but we're specifically talking Rotary these days? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. The principles of Rotary, as embodied in the four-way test, are really part and parcel of how we want our kids to play soccer. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendships?
Right.
And is it beneficial to others? And if they learn those basic, simple principles, other than the 12 points of the Scout Law,
Right. That's 12. Now only 4 compared to 12 is easier for me.
yeah,
So
much easier. That's part and parcel how we will able to inculcate into those kids and those families the values of Rotary and bring that to their local community.
So, Marcos, and thank you for coming back there. You seem to be a very busy guy. You're popping out doing 100 things. So thank you for joining back. But um when you started this in 1994, did you just think it was going to be a scouting thing? I mean, or did, when Ron said we could do this for Rotary, did it just like make sense? You were like, oh, okay, that, why not? Or did it seem like a big stretch to go from using it for Boy Scouts to use it for Rotary?
Well, I didn't know back then that we might use it somewhere else.
True,
Back
of course.
then, I just focused on being able to introduce scouting to the Latino families.
Mhm.
And I had given up going to Washington Elementary School 5 times.
Right.
And
Right.
then, like I said, why do it again? So we did something different. And sure enough, it took off. And we were very successful in Orange County. And then I was able to, I was given an opportunity to do it at a regional level for the Boy Scouts, where I was promoted from the local Boy Scout Council to a Western Region office and promote that program, that concept in the Western Region of the Boy Scouts. So it took off. We knew that the Latino family wanted good things for their kids,
Right.
and they do embrace the scouting program once they knew more what it was about. So they came in, learned through soccer, through football, and then Boy Scouts.
So please.
Let me jump in. Just like Rotary, when I joined Rotary in 1980, they were all brick and mortar clubs.
Right. Right.
I went to lunch in Brea, California, every Monday at noon. But today, and I've been in 7 Rotary clubs, today there's satellite clubs, there's e-clubs, there's
P clubs
passport
and
clubs,
E and passport and yeah, X, Y, and Z and yes.
and Rotary has changed and adapted for the current population. And that's what our program does. It reaches into whatever community you have, whatever neighborhood you want to serve, whatever curriculum you want to deliver. This program is easily adaptable to the local needs uh, within the Rotary world. So it's just simple. It makes sense.
So and I'm gonna for my audio people, we're gonna show the PowerPoint here pretty soon, so that you're gonna get a chop in your audio, guys, unless you want to imagine what the PowerPoint looks like, but that's up to you. But before we do the PowerPoint, I want to ask you guys that you're passionate about Rotary, you're passionate about Boy Scouts, and for the people that are hearing my voice, both of these gentlemen are wearing their best precious soccer football like crests proudly. I find it very funny that I am not in any soccer thing or Rotary thing. So I'm like 2 strikes on me already. But what I find very, interesting is you guys are very passionate about soccer, football, the game, the beautiful game. Let's call it that because that is what it's called. Marcos, let's start with you. Why is soccer so important to you?
Well, it just brings so much joy. It brings the
You have a smile when you're talking about it, which I think is funny. I mean, you can't see that on audio, but it's like, Marcos, what is it about soccer? And all of a sudden you're like an 8-year-old kid. You're one of the kids on the field. You're ready to play.
Yeah, it just brings so much joy to watch the game. It's an opportunity to go and spend some time with the family. I was just in Guadalajara about 2, 3 weeks ago to watch a national Clásico, Chivas versus America. This is
a biggie.
the Dodgers versus Yankees back in early late 70s. And to see a stadium of 60,000 people there cheering their team, and a couple of the other team, from the other team, they're also just having fun. That's what soccer is. And it's just a wonderful game. It's an exciting game, and it brings families together. And it's in our blood.
It's in your blood. What about you, Ron? Have you always been beautiful game lover?
No.
No.
My first experience was going to Barcelona and seeing the soccer stadium, football stadium there in Barcelona. But it really touched my heart when I went to Liverpool a year ago, and I met with Steve and Maria Martin.
Yes.
Steve is going to be an international director for Rotary.
Yep.
And he showed us the Beatles world in Liverpool. And then he took us to the football stadium, the soccer stadium there in Liverpool, and gave us a tour of the museum.
Wow.
And to see his passion for that, other people on the who were there in the museum stopped and joined our tour. The 9 of us, they joined our tour because they wanted to hear about and listen to Steve because his passion for football and soccer was so intense that I said, there is something about this game that just appeals to people. And then when our friend Mimi, our president of our club, started doing these programs, and I said, well, how do I make an impact as a club president in 2026, 27? I said, well, let me try and export it. And the interest in doing this worldwide has just been so unbelievably intense. It's like, wow, all through soccer. It's just been great.
So Marcos, what is your like diehard favorite club of all time? All right.
Chivas.
Chivas. Okay. All right. I know, silly question, but I had to ask.
Yes. No, thank you.
And Ron, what is your all-time favorite?
Ronaldo
is your all-time favorite, huh?
I like Ronaldo because I'm Ron.
There you go.
And I went to a meeting back in Belgium, and my host introduced me to a group of scouts there in Belgium, says, this is my friend Ronaldo. And the kids' eyes lit up and they said, oh, this is Ronaldo? I had no idea, no clue at all as to why they were so excited, but I was, okay, I'm Ronaldo. So it was great.
Awesome. Well, I have to say, because I've had quite a few people ask me why I'm so much into soccer, and mine is rather a funny story. I got stuck on a business. I went to TED one year when I was working at TED, and I didn't have at that time a thing called a VPN, so I could not watch any of my American television. And the only thing I could get was Netflix. And I stumbled across a Welsh soccer team called Wrexham. And because I am a huge history buff, because my family comes from Wales, my grandfather was a thing called a bird boy. He walked in with a bird and a lit flame on his little hat at 8 years old, and he went into the mines of Wales to make sure there was no gases. So I want you guys to like figure that out. Okay. Little boy, 8 years old, open flame, little bird. And if the bird died or if the young boy blew up, then they knew that there was gas down there. Anyhow, long story short, I found myself watching it, and I I got into all forms of soccer. La Liga and Bundesliga and La Liga MX, and of course the women. I am a true fan of the women's game. So, yeah, do I have a team? I guess Wrexham will have to be in my heart because they opened up the door. But I have friends of many countries that, depending on what day, I could be wearing a hat from Brazil, or I could be wearing a hat from Cuba, even, or a hat from Mexico. And the World Cup is this year. So, oh my goodness. Well, let's get back to this. This is called Harmony Through Soccer. We obviously have a family bond now, the three of us, because of soccer. Um, Ron, are you willing to show us this PowerPoint that you have of what exactly, down and dirty, what this group is doing all over the world? And if you're listening to us on audio, go ahead and check it out on YouTube. Which, it'll be up there as well, but we very much would like you to have a chance to see this whole PowerPoint and what exactly Ron and Marcos are doing. So, as they say in the Zoom world, go ahead and take my screen away from me there, Ron, and let's see what you do. The literally, the floor is yours.
All right. Let me see if
Aha, there you go.
technology is our friend.
There you go. I
All
love
right.
it.
So really, this is Soccer Plus. It's peace building through soccer and football. My dog has just joined me, so if you hear some barking, that's my
That's
dog.
okay.
Max.
Marcos had a little one on his lap too, so we're good.
The idea is that this is a professionally led skills clinic that includes peace building with what we call here in San Diego social emotional learning and family engagement to deal with anti-bullying, gang prevention, healthy families. It's a program for youth and their parents. On the right, you can see two of our kids in Cabo San Lucas wearing their soccer jerseys that have our club's banner on it.
Yeah.
And this program in your community worldwide could be for girls, like I want to do here in San Diego, or it could be co-ed or any other special population, because Rotary is inclusive and diverse. The inspiration comes from Cabo San Lucas, which used the sport as a draw to bring kids in. They used a local charity called AMSIA to deliver the character development, positive decision-making curriculum. We've had about 200 students in 2004, 2005, 25 go through the program. It costs for us about $2,000 in American dollars for the uniform, for the material, for the food, for the soccer balls. And the real person who's in the center of that picture is Nohemi Romero Guzman, who's currently our president of our Rotary E-Club of One World. There are similar programs. Marcos developed the soccer scouting program for hundreds and thousands of families within America. He is my Rotary E-Club of One World soccer commissioner. The pictures on the right show David Muhindo, who's in Uganda. He's the guy in the red in the picture. And he's showing pictures from his team there in Uganda at a elementary school, primary school. And the kids are holding what they are using as soccer balls. They are balls that are made out of a plastic bag wrapped with banana leaves.
Mhm.
Um, and
Wow.
that's what they use. Oscar is in a refugee camp in Kenya, and Tim Blackburn is a Rotary friend from Perth, Australia, and they're all wanting to bring this out to the rest of the world and help make it possible that we can touch lives through soccer. Um, so the question is, who do we serve? Well, we serve whatever neighborhood you want, where gangs or bullying are an evident need to strengthen families. Again, Rotary is a diverse and inclusive organization. Our youth programs serve all faiths, all nationalities, all gender. Marcos, when I first rolled out this presentation, said, Ron, if we go to Snapdragon Stadium here in San Diego, that may be a problem for folks with transportation because some of these families have limited transportation options. So you want to choose a location that's going to be helpful for the families to actually be able to attend, be it a weekend, a week long, or a tournament model. Um, Choose a local partner, be it a college or professional team within your community. Then also identify community and educational or nonprofit organizations with a curriculum for what we call social emotional learning. And then find who's going to deliver that curriculum to the kids and their families. It could be, and I like this idea, Rotaract and Interact members.
Mm,
Or in San Diego, we have a University of San Diego with a Peace Institute,
right.
partner with them. Or if like in Cabo San Lucas, utilizing a nonprofit staff to deliver that uh, curriculum. And again, the daily structure is determined by your local circumstances. It could be a professional soccer training through a week-long day camp, or maybe on weekends, or a series of weekends. In Kenya, we're talking about doing it as a tournament. How that
Wow.
shapes up, I have no idea, but we'll figure that out. The social emotional learning components could be delivered by Rotaract or Rotarians or the soccer staff or university college instructors.
Wow.
And it would include parent engagement sessions so that they are part of that and they understand what's going on and they can reinforce it at home. Um, there's two models that I'm really familiar with. Here in San Diego, we use the Cassell model. That's the top logo. In Santa Clara, we use a program called Project Cornerstone. So whatever you use in your local community, adopt that for your use in this program so that it is sustainable. It's reinforced by what's going on within your community there in whatever part of the world. This ties to at least 4 areas of focus within Rotary. Peace building and conflict prevention is number 1. I'm planning on doing it here in San Diego with our ladies soccer team, the Wave. So it's empowering girls initiative, maternal and child health. I talked to my friend in Uganda. He says, really, soccer is a basic education and literacy program because uh, there's rules, there's reading, there's understanding that. Uh, just a note that if you are going to do a global grant, which we're planning on doing in probably 26, 27, maybe 27, 28, it has to include at least one area of areas of focus. And the program needs to be measurable and sustainable.
That whole action to impact thing, as they
Exactly. Exactly. Um, you could use youth leaders as your instructors, near peer mentors.
mm-hmm.
And if you do any of these programs, please make sure you follow Rotary's youth protection and safety guidelines so,
Absolutely.
so the kids are safe. Engage Rotary's resources within your district. There's other Rotarians, Rotaract, Interact members who would love to participate. When I was at the President-elect learning seminar this last weekend, I mentioned to one of our Rotaract members who were Rotaract incoming presidents about this, and he says, "Oh, we would love to do that." And there is a new Rotary Fellowship of World Football and Soccer fans
Yes.
that's being formed. The kickoff is on March 2nd. They've got a Facebook page, and I would encourage anybody who loves football and soccer to join this fellowship because it just makes sense.
Well, and I'll say that testimonial for the fellowship that Ron just did, I did not pay him for. That fellowship is actually started by friend of the show, Steve Martin, and my partner, Celia Black, and myself. And it is in construction right now. We have not done the full paperwork. And I have to say that, Ron, because I have so many friends at RI that listen to this podcast and or this video cast. Don't yell at me yet. It is still in formation, but Ron's pitching the fellowship. So join the fellowship. Go ahead. Got to put those disclaimers out so I don't get in trouble.
You bet. I will come back to that later at the conclusion.
Oh,
if I don't remind me.
Okay.
In Cabo San Lucas, we do this in Spanish and English.
Oh, great. Okay.
In Africa, we would do in their local languages. One of the aspects I'm thinking about including in Africa is to give every student a dictionary in their language.
Wow.
And have the donors include a personal message to the kids so that they get a personal word of encouragement from a Rotarian halfway around the world.
So it sounds like this can really expand and you guys can do a lot of different things. So it started off in 1994 as a way to get kids excited about soccer / Boy Scouts, has turned into a multicultural, multi-changing like organism, I guess you could say.
Exactamente.
Okay.
So what do we hope to do with the kids, with the families? We hope to increase their confidence and self-esteem, help them improve their emotional regulation, develop teamwork, develop stronger family engagement, and build positive role models and safe community connections for them within their local area. And we are one club of many e-clubs. We meet Saturday mornings, the first, third, and fourth week of the month at 8 a.m. in Pacific time. We are spread over 6 continents. So anybody who is a former Rotarian and wants to join us, or current Rotarian and wants to learn more, our fourth meeting of the month is on peace. So we welcome you to join us. Just find me on Facebook. I'll have my personal contact information. Happy to have you join us and learn more about what we're doing.
Fantastic.
So why does this program matter? I designed this PowerPoint for our friends in San Jose. We plan to have a iron-on transfer or heat transfer of our logo. So you can go to your local team, like here at the Earthquakes. Andy Rotterman is our advocate up there in Santa Clara. So we can have a shirt personalized for them. But it's designed to be a scalable program throughout the Rotary world, positioning Rotary as a fundamental program to develop peace.
Wow.
So what's next? Engage with, hopefully, the Rotary Fellowship of World Football and Soccer fans.
There you go.
Identify partnerships. We've gotten a district designated fund for our program, but I'm hoping to ask for a global grant. Feel free to engage with our programs in Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, Ghana. I'm just now trying to pull all this together because we don't really know how all this comes together. but I'm planning on rolling it out in Taipei at the International Convention
Wow.
with at the fellowship booth. So we're promoting the fellowship, and also this is an example of what you can do for Rotary to build peace. So
Wow.
that's it.
Well, awesome. Well, Ron and Marcos, this is really incredible. And like I said, if you listened through that PowerPoint, God bless you. That's fantastic. But go to the website, go to the Action to Impact website, and you can actually see that whole PowerPoint. But it sounds exciting. Marcos, do you feel kind of weird that weird is kind of the wrong word, but did you have any idea back in 1994 that this could turn into such a global thing? Not just soccer, but I mean, just the idea of using soccer as a vehicle to get kids off the street, to get better communication, to get better leadership. Did you ever think back in 1994 that this is what it could turn into?
I did not, honestly, but I am glad that we are going back to that concept as a proven concept, if you want to put it like that. We know it works. Ron and I have had experience doing that, and I have seen it in my involvement with the Boy Scouts, and I'm glad that we're now applying what we learned throughout those years in Rotary. And I know that, excuse me, and I know that from what we learned in the past and new resources, new people, that we will be able to be successful in the future.
Yeah.
So,
So let me, the Boy Scouts, as a Boy Scout executive, one of our primary focuses upon membership, expanding our reach, touching more families.
Sure.
Huh. That sounds like Rotary.
It does sound like Rotary. It does.
And
Yes.
it just makes sense. You know, we want to have more Rotarians, so we increase our impact, not for more members. You know, that's a measurable result, but it's so that we can touch more lives. We can
That's right.
deliver more polio. We can build more peace.
For polio vaccine, just to be clear.
Yeah, we can deliver
we
more
don't
polio
want to
vaccines.
give them any more polio. Yeah.
Exactly. We can deliver more peace, make more peaceful communities. It's not the absence of war. It's delivering more peaceful communities throughout the world. And that's my passion now.
Yeah, that's it. Ron, I'm sure I will see you very soon. Marcos, what a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope to see both of you guys cheering. Ron did mention the fellowship. Go check it out wherever you get your fellowships. And gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. This is a lot of fun. This program really seems like it could take something that all three of us and millions of other people love and turn it into something more than just what to do on a weekend, right?
Thank you, Gwen, for spreading the love and spreading the word. It's great.
Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what'd you think about my new friends, Ron and Marcos? Pretty cool idea, right? And what started off as something in a Boy Scout troop has turned out to be something that could really bring a lot of joy and wonder and safety and security and all kinds of good to the world. And thank you for sitting through a PowerPoint presentation. The one thing that's kind of cool about doing these at a video form is that I can add literally the PowerPoint presentations onto the YouTube version. And if you're listening on a podcast and it wasn't as very stimulating, then hop on over to the video cast, right? Because, that way you can see Ron's cool slides. And of course, I thank you and your slides, and that doesn't make any sense. I thank you for joining me today on the video cast. I also thank you for inviting people to join the video cast and to follow me. If you want the blog version, you can check me out on Blogger, the Action to Impact blog. So you can read me, you can watch me, or you can listen to me. And all of this is made possible by amazing people like you. That's right. Now that I'm getting bigger and better, this is costing a lot of funds. And so, frankly, I'm asking. If you'd like to contribute to keep the show strong, please go check out my Facebook page or my Twitter or my Instagram. The QR code is right there to help me out. And if you have somebody that I should know about, like that's doing something, I don't know, that's turning their actions into impact, shoot me an email, won't you? Rotarianpod@gmail.com. One more time, Rotarianpod@gmail.com. So like the show, follow me, check out my blog. All this stuff comes in multiple languages. I think that's just about it. So let's wrap it up, shall we? Like I say on my podcast, until next week, take care of yourself and the world around you, and we'll hear you, see you, and even read you next time on the Action to Impact Show with me, Gwen Jones. Have a wonderful week, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.